Let's get ready to rumble!
What up, what up, what up? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, it's your host. You know who it is, Ryan from the Six. We in the building. Big Six is in the building, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Salute to everybody for smashing that like button. We already got 3 likes right away. I appreciate that. The more support, the more likes. We can get more people in the chat, man. More people on the channel. Obviously, more people calling in. You know, more interactions, man. That's what we got to keep doing. Keep the train moving on, man. It's kind of like a weird time in boxing, man. Like not a lot of big fights coming up. I don't think this weekend nothing really big. I don't even know if there's anything big next the weekend after. I think like we gotta wait till pretty much the end of the month, man, till we get something that we could really sit down and talk about. But you know, we do have a couple things going on in boxing, you know, that we can talk about, man. Some things that are big in the sport that are going to impact, man, boxing going forward. And obviously, the big one is the DAZN, PBC. Apparently, they're going to be linking up as soon as PBC's done their Amazon deal. I'm not sure how long that deal goes till, because I think the Teofimo Lopez and Rolly Romero fight that is finally confirmed is also a part of that Amazon Prime thing. So yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, man. Shout out to my guy Malcolm in the building. Up, champ. Salute to Malcolm, man. He said, if you're not a member, I don't know what you're doing. And he absolutely right, man. Y'all gotta join the members, bro. Join the members. Get down with the click, you know what I'm saying?
This your boy?
Yeah, that's my boy, nigga. We rep the same smart tech.
You just got fucked up with him. Both y'all niggas gonna get clapped up when I get back. Both of y'all niggas.
Yeah, gotta join the members, bro. Join the members. Gotta get down with the squad, man. Yeah, man. As he reads up his membership for 11 months, salute Malcolm, yo. He been rocking with me for that long, bro. Almost a year, dog. I appreciate you, Malcolm, man. Always rocking out with the members, man. You know what it is. We loading up the clips. And it's crazy, bro, because I feel like, you know, last week when I dropped the bets for all the members, man, actually, let's go take a look at them, bro. I got nothing to hide. You know, I can show y'all now that the fights are done, but bro, we was slapping up until, you know, the Albert Bell situation, which I felt like he was going to get stopped anyways. But like, I did think the ref stopped it a little too fast, man. And shout out to my brother, the Walks in the building, getting walked. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, bro? I salute. I appreciate you, man, for tuning in. We also on Kick as well. We on Twitch. Salute to everybody over there, man. Make sure y'all share the stream. Let's get some more people on here, man. We on the gram too, man. Shout out to the gram, Instagram. We on here too. Let me add the link, actually. I don't know if I can do it right now, but let me go show you guys what I had, bro, because we was rocking and rolling, man. We were on our way, and then, you know, pretty much, man, the referee, I ain't gonna completely blame it on him, but you know how that goes, bro. So I had this one here, which I can't even click on the whole picture, man. I think it was like a plus. I think it was like a plus 200, man. Let me go over to that page, though. I'm not even showing it to y'all. Let's go over here. Just a little bit bigger, up to 130. That's usually pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a plus 1 or 200 or something like that. So we had Scooter Davis winning, Shushu winning, and then Mason going the distance, and Tiger Johnson going the distance. You know, and then this is never mind. This is the one plus 232, man, where I just needed Mason to go the distance, and then Shushu not to get 2 knockdowns, pretty much, you know, right? That was plus 232. So like, yeah, man, it was bittersweet, man. I knew Mason was basically gonna walk out with that stoppage, you know, at the start of that 12th round, but I still kind of felt like the judge could have been, or not the judge, sorry, the referee could have done a better job with it. But nonetheless, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I think Albert Bell would have been stopped. It was just a matter of time. But that's part of the game, man. That's part of the game. And shout out to Albert Bell. He came in and did what a lot of us pundits felt he was gonna do, man. Push Abdullah Mason, right? But Abdullah just showed he got the extra gear, man. I think that's gonna take that kid a long way, man. As long as he's doing it in his youth, man, I think he should be moving up here soon. I think if he can't go for the other belts undispute, then he should be starting to try to move on up, man. We'll see what happens though with Abdullah Mason, man. I'm excited for that kid. I think he's got a bright future, bro. I think he's gonna be special in the sport. I know somebody, like, I kind of compared him. Maybe I shouldn't have made the comparison so early, but I guess because I got high praise for the kid. But I compared him to a bit of like a Sugar Ray Leonard in the sense of like the way he carries himself, man. The way Abdullah Mason carries himself, like he's not afraid of the smoke. He's not afraid of nobody. He's on this no friends in the industry type of thing. There's a question they asked to him. I think it's something like, would you spar, train, or fight? And it was like between Schofield, Kid Austin, it was Shakur, and somebody else. They were all in his division. He's like, nah, I don't want to train or spar with any of them guys. He said, I want to fight all three. So I was like, yo, shout out to Abdullah Mason, trying to get the real smoke, because too many guys, man, they just talking about they don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be friends. But shout out to Low Nose Boxing in the building. Salute, guy. He said T.O. about to have his Floyd Gotti performance against Rolly. Oh, damn, bro. That's what you think? Yo, I mean, if T.O. does it, man, I mean, that'd be good for him, man. I think Teofimo Lopez is good for boxing when he's in the ring, not when he's out in these media interviews talking crazy. I think he's good in the ring, man. I like T.O. in the ring for sure. I think, honestly, no shots. I just think his dad needs to be on the outside of the ring talking. I think he needs a different voice in front of him talking, bro. Because this guy, he's actually talented. YM from the 6, you know what it is. Yeah, T.O.'s actually talented, man. No matter what way you guys try to cut it, for him to make it that far, his dad is not like a well-renowned trainer. Like his dad, just has T.O. His dad never, trained. I don't know. Maybe y'all could tell me, but I never seen T.O. Senior train anybody else. So, that's what I'm trying to say with T.O. Like, I always felt like, he needs to move on from his dad to grow more. Like, I'm not saying, bro, leave your dad behind. Nah. Like, and I know Brian Norman Senior, he's a perfect example. Like he said, I don't want to be a number 2 in the corner of my sons. So he stepped up. But he still was at the fight. Y'all saw he was there, proud, taking pictures, because that's his son, man. He always gonna be there. So if that's T.O. Senior, and he just says, like, if I'm not number 1, and I'm not gonna be in T.O.'s corner, T.O. and him, they gotta have a talk, man, and just understand that, look, this is just business at the end of the day. This is not personal. It's not personal. Shout out to 2 Pay Dre in the building. Salute. He said, nah, trying to see Abdullah Mason versus Muay before they both move up. Yeah, that's a good fight, bro. They both at top rank. It's easy to make. So that's a good fight, man. Shout out to Jay Gons in the building. What's going on, bro? Salute. What's going on, brother? My man Rod 6175 in the building. Salute, Rod. He said, Ryan, thought on Tank not being a part of the zone deal. Yeah, I mean, that's just man, I don't know. I don't know how to Tank Davis think that's gonna be good for his career, man. I don't get it, bro. Shout out to Bang Boogie. He says salute. Bang Boogie Boxing. Salute, brother. Yeah, I don't know, Rod. I don't know why he wouldn't want to join the zone. I mean, all of his contemporaries are there. Devin's there. Ryan's there with Golden Boy. Shakur's there. with the ring, however you want to call it. So I mean, the fights are there, right? Probably the Lamont rematch is there. Like so many fights is there. So I don't know why Tank Davis wouldn't want to go there, and unless you're gonna be his own entity. But then that requires you basically taking money out your pocket, which is not a problem because I've actually, bro, this is the thing about this whole thing. If it comes full circle, where Tank Davis signs with some network, I think a year ago I said Tank Davis is probably one of the few fighters that can do that. That can go to a network and sell himself. Like say, yo, I'll partner with the network. Let me do the headlines. Let me take a chance. Make money off the promotion. Let me get a percentage of the concessions and do the show with Showtime or whoever, with whatever network. And I'll pay the fighters, cut, whatever. I'll pay them up front and I'll take a chance on myself to make money like Floyd did. When the Floyd got to that point where he was co-promoting with Golden Boy, pretty much Oscar, and they were working together to make all them big fights, it was pretty much Floyd and Oscar putting up the money for these events. And Floyd, that's when he started making those lucrative checks because he was pretty much banging on himself, man. Like what they say right now, you eat what you kill. And I think Tank Davis, he's probably one of the few guys in the sport who can truly bring out the big numbers, truly bring out the big fans. And I think if he got with a network, it would take a lot though. Like Tank Davis would need to hire a team. I don't think, I'm not dissing Tank Davis. I don't know him like that. I just don't think he's that savvy in that department to go do all that stuff by himself. Like Floyd, people like always forget. Like Floyd was very like somehow business smart, right? Like, this is the dude who never passed high school, bro. And this is the dude who 50 Cent tried to clown saying he can't read. And this guy was pulling in $100 million for fights. Like, you don't do all that stuff without being smart, right? So, Floyd, he either had the right team around him or he's just extremely savvy, but he always promoted. Like, he did wrestling events. He never talked down his opponents, bro. That's another thing about Floyd, too. He always gave guys their props. So, when he beat them, y'all couldn't say he was a bums and stuff like that. He had the 24/7s. Like, yeah, I think if Tank Davis gonna go on his own route and he gonna try the Floyd thing, he got to get serious about boxing, bro. And not even that, he's gonna have to get serious about marketing and promoting and getting the right team because it's a lot of like work, bro. Outside of like just going to the gym every day, which we also saw Floyd was outworking everybody still. Like El Consejero in the building, my God. He said, Ryan, salute. Thoughts on Virgil and Boots fight heating up? Yeah, man. I think like DAZN, they really stepping on boxing right now. They've when they first came in the game, I think what they did was they kind of did what everybody else was doing. They was playing hardball, trying to not work with the other promoters, trying to use that big bag to steal everybody's fighters. And then now, that the landscape has changed, Turkey Al-Sheikh is invested in it. You got some other entities invested in DAZN. DAZN is looking at getting the promoters. They value the promoters more. They've got them all except for the PBC. So I think, honestly, DAZN is pushing for the Virgil and Boots fight, and I think it's going to get done, man. I think it'll get done this time around. From what we learned from the first time, Virgil wanted a lot of money, but yet at the same time, bro, is when we saw my man, we saw freaking Xander and Boots. That fight was made quickly, man. That fight, like, there was no hesitation on that fight being made. Like, that fight, I don't even think we heard a lot of rumblings about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that fight went under the radar and got signed and done, like, so quickly. It was almost like Virgil had the whole situation where Oscar and them, they was going to court. And then a week later, we heard about Xander and Boots. And we was all excited for that fight too, man. So I think DAZN will get this one done. They'll put the money up, and Virgil Ortiz, he kind of like, if he don't accept the money at this point, then it's like, bro, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know who you gonna fight. You're gonna look like a sitting duck. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens here. But I would hope the fight gets made. Hopefully they can get it done before December. Like get it not announced before December, but hopefully we get the fight around there. Get it announced soon, and we having the fight around November, December. I think trying to get to that September date is a little too close right now. You know, Jerron just fought. Virgil Ortiz probably wants a tune-up. I don't know if he can get a tune-up in time. We'll see. But I think DAZN gets it done. El Consejero. I think they get it past the finish line this time. Bang, Boogie Boxing said, how big is PBC going to DAZN? And is it official? It's not official. Like DAZN hasn't come out with their statement on it, but all the pundits, you know, the powers that may be are all reporting that as soon as the Amazon deal is done, they will be heading that way. I think it's a power move, man. It's a huge move. I think the PBC has a big roster in boxing. They don't have the budget to obviously keep those guys in the ring, so DAZN can provide that for them. They'll have more shows, meaning your DAZN Ultimate package will be worth more with another promoter added on. Hopefully they don't up the price for that. You know, you got pretty much a possibility of having a tournament. But plus you got that TNT deal. So boxing once a month on TNT Sports. That's going to help as well. I know Dana White and Zuffa Boxing, they came in with this whole thing of they wanted to do a league. You know, if DAZN, if there's anything they can learn from the UBO, is they're probably the ones who can make a league. They're the ones who can probably make a better league than Zuffa Boxing, because if they have all the promoters over there and they choose a weight class and say to each promoter, hey, throw your guy in the pot, we're going to do a league, we're going to do once a month, these group of guys are going to fight, then, you know, the next month those guys going to fight. We're going to have a schedule for these guys to where you can see a tournament like a Super 6. You can do it in multiple divisions with different promoters and use that TNT Sports card as one of them, the things to promote the league. Or you could just do it on DAZN, because DAZN Ultimate, man, that package is going to be good, man. Salute to DAZN for going out and pursuing the PBC. That's a good look, you know, trying to bring them over, because honestly, they could have went anywhere after the Amazon deal. You know, I'm sure somebody's still bidding on them. You know, it's possible, man. We'll see though what happens. Well, I don't know when the deal's done, because even the Rolly fight and Teal fight, which is in August, that's going to be on Amazon Prime pay-per-view as well as the DAZN pay-per-view. So to me, that confirms that Teofimo Lopez is still with DAZN. I think he's still with Top Rank. I don't know, man, but he's still over on DAZN. Or else that fight probably would have just been permanently on Amazon Prime, man. My man Jay Gone said, hit that like button, y'all, for my guy Ryan from the 6. Yes, sir. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Share the stream. I do have the calling links in the chat there if you want to check them out. Let me bring them up, make sure that nobody's in the back looking, man. I got this screen way too big. I even got my Discord up yet. Got way too many screens. But yeah, I got the Discord and the X Spaces running. I'll drop those links again in the chat once I read off some more of these comments. Shout out to my brother L Dub in the building. Salute to L Dub, man. My man Jay Gon's talking about Floyd. Yeah, he was a good self-promoter. No, for sure, man. You said you hear about Andy Ruiz getting signed to a 3-fight deal. Is that real? Yeah, I saw Matchroom today posted that on their website, or not the website, but their Instagram page. So he is with Matchroom. I don't know what Matchroom intends to do with Ruiz. I don't know. Does Matchroom have like a prospect heavyweight coming up? But I think Andy Ruiz is fighting. Man, I think he's fighting on a card here soon. They haven't even announced it, but I heard he's supposed to be on a card coming up in late August. So we'll see what Matchroom's got planned. I don't know if it's that Andy Cruz card. That Andy Cruz is supposed to be on, right? I don't know if it's that card, but I think Andy Ruiz is gonna make his Matchroom debut here soon. That's what I'm hearing, man. My man, Pay Dre. He said Robert saying Virgil wants to go straight to the Boots fight. No tune up. Hey, shout out to him, man. Power to him. I mean, if they feel like they can get to Boots like that, you know, shout out to Xander Zayas for giving them that confidence, right? Because I feel like the only reason why they saying stuff like that is because, you know, Xander had that third round, man, where he really hurt Boots. He did. And I think without that third round, I don't even know if they tweet that night that they want to fight Jerron Boots Ennis next, right? So I think Xander Zayas put a little bit of hope in them, man. And sometimes that's what you need. You need to see guys be hurt, vulnerable, you know, bad performances before other guys want to jump in the ring with them. And though I know it was just a moment in the fight, it might have been something that, you know, helps Boots in a sense of him getting these big fights, man, because these guys truly been avoiding him. I don't like it, man. It's nasty work at the highest level. That's the last thing we need in boxing is guys avoiding other guys, bro. But shout out to Jerron Boots Ennis. He did get that stoppage, bro. It was good, man. Salute to my brother Eddie Alvarez in the building. Salute to Eddie, man. Always in the building, man. I appreciate you, Eddie Alvarez. He said Rod6175 said it's official already. Tomorrow DAZN will announce it during the Tio and Rolly press conference. Okay. All right. That's a good time to announce it, Rod. That's the perfect time to announce it because, you know, that might be the last Amazon deal for PBC, the Rolly and Tio card. So, I mean, I like it. I like it, man. I like the Rolly and Tio fight. We'll talk about that soon. My man Eddie Alvarez said boxing slow right now. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was saying that. I was saying that, bro. Boxing is very slow. We gotta wait till like the end of the month, bro, to get some like good boxing in. We also got my man Eddie Alvarez said thinking about doing Border Wars at 58. Hey, man, salute to Eddie Alvarez doing Border Wars, bro. That would be pretty dope, man. I think that'd be a good experience, especially if you never fought before and just want to get it off the bucket list. Yeah, man, 58. It might be hard to find an opponent, but hey, if you could do it, man, shout out to you. More power to you, bro. That's definitely a tough thing to do. Border Wars. Yeah, getting in the ring, honestly, is a tough thing for anybody to do at any age. But, you know, at 58, man, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. So salute to Eddie Alvarez, man, for even thinking about that. Because, yeah, most people aren't, bro. Most people are not, man. But yeah, man, we'll talk about these fights coming up, bro. Honestly, like y'all been saying, it's been a slow month, I would say. You know, not even just a slow week, but a slow month for sure. But it's official, man. It's official. I think the date is August 22nd. We got Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly Romero for the WPA welterweight title. Super. I think he's the super champion. Rolly Romero is. I don't know how he got elevated, yeah, but he is the super champion at welterweight for the WPA. Yeah, I guess we just gotta wait and see how this all plays out, man. I like Rolly Romero in the sense of I feel like he's gotten way better under Ishmael Salas. You know, especially that Ryan Garcia fight, that really showed us. I'm not gonna say levels, but that showed us a different wrinkle, man, from Rolly. You know, he outboxed Ryan in that fight, which I don't think many of us had even thinking about, right? Ryan Garcia being outboxed by Rolly Romero. You know what I'm saying? Like we never, that was just never in the cards, man. We were honestly thinking that. Well, I was thinking that. Look, man, Ryan Garcia is gonna just beat up on Rolly. They brought Rolly here to disrespect him, but that was further from the truth, man. Rolly Romero was controlling the fight. He put down Ryan Garcia early in the fight. Now these guys have sparring history, so the power's obviously real because Ryan Garcia respected it the rest of the fight. Yo, he wasn't trying to get involved with that power. Um, I found that very funny. This is a guy who says he got lightning in his hands, who's a powerful guy in his own right, and I'm pretty sure that was after the Devin Haney fight, right? That was after the Devin Haney fight, so he should have been he should have been coming in there really on a high, but no, Ryan Garcia, he looked super. I'm not gonna say scared, but he was definitely bothered by Rolly Romero early in the fight. We'll have to see, man, what happens in this fight because Teofimo Lopez is moving up to 147. He was at 140 for a bit. He spoke about it at the end of the Shakur fight. The weight. So we'll see, man. Usually when guys talk about weight, it's like, okay, let's see if they look better at 47. I think Rolly's he's benefited obviously since moving up. His one win, obviously Ryan Garcia, but still he beat him at the end of the day. He's a champ. That's the WBA for doing that dumb stuff, man. Just to be honest, Ryan Garcia and Rolly should have never been fighting for a belt. That was their debut fight at 147 for both of them. So it's like, how the hell you give those guys a title shot over the other guys, man? So yeah, it was crazy in that sense. Shout out to VLM 919 in the building. Ryan Heron Boots and Virgil might be announced very soon. Yeah, man. It sounds like the zone's applying the pressure to Oscar. And we know Eddie Hearn, he's been working with the zone since he got in the game pretty much, man. Especially when moving over here to this side of the world, trying to get the Western hemisphere in his pockets with Matchroom USA. It's all been the zone for Eddie. That's who he does his business with. So, I think they're applying that pressure to Golden Boy. It's probably going to be a take it or leave it deal for Virgil. He done put himself in a tough situation. His team's got to understand, man. Yesterday's price is not today's price. They probably going to get lower than what they were offered the first time around the table. And we'll see, man, if they accept it. We'll see if they get to work. Like, Sharon Boots Ennis is a unified champ now. He's going to demand more now. He's got more value since they were last at that table, man. So these guys, they just shot themselves in the foot. It is what it is, though. Hopefully they can make the fight happen. But Teofimo Lopez, Rolly Romero is confirmed. Las Vegas, August 22nd. I think that's a good fight. I want to see how that card shapes out because I don't think either of these guys are big like ticket movers. So obviously they're gonna either have a good undercard or a great co-main event. Now, I don't know, man. Is Gary supposed to be on that card? Is that the card with Gary and Esau Cruz? Quite possibly. I'm not sure who else the PBC is gonna put on, man. And it's with like Top Rank as well. Hopefully they can all figure it out. My man Eddie Alvarez said boxing not the same without Turkey spending his big bags. Yeah, you spending them big bags, man, but he wasn't making so much money, so you gotta calm it down. Eddie Alvarez said Rolly looked like shit 2 fights ago. 2 fights ago. Was that Barroso when he pretty much lost, in my opinion, but got gifted that win? Possibly. Eddie Alvarez said, I got Tio, but haven't been right lately, man. Yeah. Tio's a wild card, bro. He's always been a wild card to me. It's tough to bet with him, and it's even harder to bet against him because you just don't know. He's so hot and cold, man. He's got the performances in him, but sometimes he can't show them. And then there's other days where he's like, holy, it's like, yo, this guy's on it, man. Heavy Chevy guy in the building. Salute, champ. What up, man? Make sure y'all smash the like button. Show some love to the stream. Share the stream. I did put the links in the chat. They pinned to the chat, too. We got the X Spaces and the Discord rocking out. If you guys want to call into the show and voice your opinion on Teofimo Lopez and Broly and the PBC, join in DAZN. You know, that's the big talks. You know, I'm excited about that, honestly. Eddie Alvarez said Oscar's the worst promoter in boxing. Yeah, I won't lie, man. Oscar, yeah, he doesn't move like how he moved his own career with his fighters. It's actually crazy. It's like, man, you were a guy who took on all challenges. You know, you were in a lot of big fights because of that. You lost some of those big fights, and like you just never lost it because your aura, because people saw what you were doing, man, trying to be great, trying to fight the best. So people respected that, right? So in this sense of time, I don't know, man. I think my man Oscar gotta really hand the keys over to somebody else, bro. But he got something with them clapback Thursdays though, cause I'll be laughing, bro. I'll be laughing. I'm not gonna lie. Adam Hurley in the building. Salute champ. What up? What up? He said, I'm almost afraid to take Tio after I picked him to beat Shakur, and he fought horribly. Yeah, man. Yeah, Shakur like 12-0'd him, man. It was nasty work. Shakur Stevenson put on the masterclass, man. Yeah, salute to the chat. Yo, I appreciate the chat. You know what it is, man. Always love with the chat, man. You know what it is.
This your boy?
Yeah, that's my boy, nigga. We rep the same smart tech.
You just got fucked up with him. Both y'all niggas gonna get clapped up when I get back.
Classic, bro. Classic. My man, True Power Media in the building. Salute, bro. Ron from the 6-6. Yeah, man. What was that Dwayne Styles that called in last show? Was talking about Mike Wilson. Salute to Mike Wilson, bro. That's my guy, man. My man, Coach Chris in the building. What's going on, man? Said I'm gonna come back on in a few minutes. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. You're on Instagram. I put the link for the YouTube chat on the Instagram. If you come over to the YouTube, I have the links pinned to the YouTube chat if people want to call in. We also got the $20 super chat goal for the stream, man. Just trying to keep growing. And we getting there, man. We growing. So shout out to everybody who keeps tuning in, man. I appreciate it. We going up, man. Numbers are green. Always going to be in the green. It's good, man. Salute to True Power Media. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, man. Canadian flag. Salute, brother. But yeah, man, as far as this whole like PBC, DAZN thing, man, I'm excited for it. I'm excited. I think that PBC linking up with DAZN, not only extremely beneficial for the PBC, but it's also beneficial for boxing, man. When you look at the PBC's roster, and it's like, why are these guys not fighting? You know, it's almost exclusive to, they just don't got a budget, man. They don't have a network, right? So when you don't have networks, bro, it's hard to maneuver because then you pretty much just, you know, you going off everything that you have, or you just have no guarantees to guys. And I think guaranteed money is where the money's at in boxing, especially in this era of the streaming era. This is where we're at, bro. Everything's streaming now. You know, I know even TNT Sports, yeah, it's a cable company as we know it, right? But even that's probably streaming now. Like, I'm sure everything's on the Fire Stick now. Like, you just gotta buy subscriptions for everything at this point. And it's no different here with DAZN, man. They are the leader because they were in it first. You know, they were ahead of the game. Even back then, man, there's even jokingly, I think it's Floyd who was jokingly making jokes about Canelo. Sorry, because Canelo was fighting on the DAZN app. And, you know, Floyd used to say, like, they fighting on the app, bro. And I was like, what do you mean they fighting on the app, bro? Like, they fight. And now even Floyd is also fighting on DAZN. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm gonna try to find that video where Floyd was trying to diss it, bro, them fighting on the app. But it's like, bro, you look at Floyd now, he fighting on the app too, man. He fighting on the app, bro. So let's see if I can find it though, cause yeah, Floyd Mayweather. That was before, obviously. That was before he knew what was gonna happen, right? Now he knows. So now it's a different story now. But we'll see, man. My bad, yo. Trying to figure out if I can find that post, but probably not. I should have pulled it up before. But anyways, it's out there, man. If y'all want to see it, where Floyd Mayweather was asked about the zone, and I think this was kind of like around the time where, he's like fighting Bertos. Like it's the end of his career, obviously. And this whole thing was, yeah, they fighting on the app, but like the app is now the mainstream. The app says everything now, streaming. So I think pay per view, those days of trying to get the big pay per view numbers are dead. I think now it's all about the guarantee money, like who has the biggest guarantee, who has the biggest bag for it. And to be honest, the zone, they really got the bags right now. You know, with Turkey Al Sheik, obviously that's a whole nother beast in its own. With getting a turkey bag, that's a possibility at the zone because he's got ownership in the zone as well as Zuffa Boxing. But yeah, man, that's where they want to make all the big fights on the ring cards, which are now being featured on also Netflix. So it's either gonna be on some sort of app, bro. It's gonna be on the Netflix app or the DAZN app. And right now, DAZN is the home for boxing because they got all the other promoters. Everybody's there. That's just how it is, man. So I think at the time when Floyd was talking about that, yeah, he wasn't thinking. But now, yo, it's clear to see, man. It's clear to see that app shit is dead, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd Mayweather didn't understand at that time what was happening. If he had jumped on it, he probably would have been in a much better place right now. He would have been the face, man, of the zone. But salute to everybody in the building. Salute to everybody on Twitch too, man. See, we got somebody on Twitch there. I appreciate that, man. Trying to grow on all these platforms. My man Eddie Alvarez said so much Zuffa signing Devin and Shakur. Hey man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, bro. I can't speak on that. I think I don't know. We'll hear what we hear, right? I just always felt like, those type of things were possibly true, but I don't think anything was ever in stone, man. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Oh man, Trini BX in the building. Salute Trini BX, man. My third shift workers, bro. Salute, man. Bones 13, what's going on, champ? Salute. My man said that had tough, champ. Yeah, man. Salute, Big North. We the North, we up in here. Yeah, man. We got the King of the North back, so we happy, man. It about to be spooky in the Atlantic Division. We got freaking Jalen Brown playing with the Sixers now. Damn, bro. And then Paul George with JT. We'll see how that works out. Mitchell Robinson went to a division rival. Like, yo, the Atlantic Division in the NBA just got crazy good. The Knicks, yo, they still the champs. So salute to the East, man, for trying to get better in in basketball. But yeah, man, the PBC, the zone. What I want to see is how many shows they're gonna give the zone a year. Is the zone gonna be an exclusive with PBC, or are they gonna treat it like the top ranked deal? The top ranked deal with with the zone is not exclusive. I think that's why Top Rank was able to go out and do that show on TNT Sports, man. But I mean, Albert Bell, I did not know Albert Bell was a PBC fighter up until that night of the fight when I saw that the PBC posted him. Like, we're riding with you, Albert Bell, congratulating you, that type of thing. I did not know he was a PBC fighter up until that night, man. So shout out to Albert Bell, man. We here live, man. Make sure you guys smash that like button when you come in the stream. Like Ann Wolf, y'all.
Did not really fight her.
Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
Yeah, it's over, man. And when you jump in here too, man, y'all can show some love. Share the stream, bro. Share the stream. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get bigger. Yeah, he said, "Miss to the ops." Yeah, bro. He just walked over there, man, to the ops. It's crazy, bro. But hey, you got paid, man. You gotta get your money, man. Get your money. I ain't even mad at you. In other news, I think the WBO finally ordered Callum Smith to fight Dimitri Bivol. Essentially, that's the roadblock. In my opinion, that's the roadblock for the David Benavidez and Bivol fight. So I don't know, man. I don't know if we'll see that fight with David. So I don't know, man. It looks like David, obviously, he's been in the headlines for a lot of other things. Regarding his personal life. So we'll see, man. We'll see, because I'll be real with y'all. I think David Benavidez is at cruiserweight. I don't think he's gonna come back down. I'd be surprised if he comes back down. But hey, man. We'll see, bro. We'll see what happens there with the WBO. WBO obviously been ruffling a lot of fans' feathers also, man, with the whole Devin Haney situation. They they definitely feel like, Keyshawn Davis should not have been awarded that mandatory spot. I'm just gonna say, it is what it is. It is what it is, and we'll see what comes from it. But yeah, here is the WBO ordering. WBO ordered Callum Smith versus Bivol fight. I don't think it's gonna go down, y'all. I think Dimitri Bivol would vacate his belt. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think Dimitri Bivol still values his belts the same way, or should he start going for the biggest names? Just say, forget the belts. Let me just start making legacy with some of the bigger names in the sport. Maybe even go up. Those guys are at 75 right now, so that's that big jump from 75 to 200 cruiserweight. My man Trini BX said Bell PBC deal could have been tied to him winning, but he lost, man. Hard to get a belt. Hard to get Bell fights without him having a belt. No, that's for real. That's why I always said Albert Bell got to keep moving up, man. Keep going up. Go up to 140. I think there's some smoke there for him. Now, if he did get the PBC deal, then salute to that, man. Because if PBC goes with DAZN, guys like Albert Bell, that's what I'm saying. Like, guys who are on the shelf or going to be shelved, it makes it much easier for those guys to get fights, man, if they have the network behind them. Because now DAZN's going to push the fights, right? Because, yeah, man, that's what they want, man. Shout out to my brother Mick, who just shared the stream, man. I appreciate you, brother. That's what we need, man. Shout out to Mick, man. My Scottish brethren doing his thing. Yeah, man. We'll see what happens with Albert Bell, though, man. Shout out to Toledo Treese. Honestly, put that man on the map. I can't lie to y'all. I wouldn't know who Albert Bell was if my man Toledo Treese didn't come through every night, everywhere, and scream out that man's name right to the point where we gave him Treese gave him a nickname, Alberto Campano. Shout out to my man Treese, man. But yeah, we'll see, bro. We'll see what happens with Albert Bell, bro.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with him, though. But yeah, man, it is what it is. But yeah, so PBC to DAZN. Rolly Romero versus Teofimo Lopez. How do you guys feel about Teofimo Lopez getting an immediate title shot after being, essentially washed by the number 3 pound-for-pound fighter, Shakur Stevenson? It's bittersweet for me, man, because it's like, damn, ethically, no, I don't think he deserves to have this fight, Teofimo Lopez. But the business of boxing, you know, obviously Keith Conley and his team were able to get this fight done across the finish line with Rolly Romero. I don't know what the stipulations are. You know, I don't know, man. We'll see, bro. We'll see. I think it's a good fight, it's a good matchup. I don't think it's gonna like command a big fight week or a big presser. Like, I don't think it's gonna do all that. But I think this is the typical fight you put maybe not the Hulu theater, but something a little bit bigger than the Hulu. Maybe the Cosmo. Cosmo could do well with this. How much does Cosmo hold? I think the Cosmo only holds 3, so maybe not even the Cosmo. But I think they're doing this at T-Mobile, right? Let me go see where they doing this, man. Because if they doing this at T-Mobile, then we could be in for a good night of boxing. Because then they would have to go and stack up the card, right? Let me go to the Ring Magazine Twitter page and see where they have it as. You know, I think from what I saw, it said T-Mobile, but I was kind of shocked by that, man. 'Cause I'm like, T-Mobile, like, I get it. Teofimo Lopez and Rolly Romero are big to us, but like usually when you go in the big venues, you trying to attract the casuals, right? Okay, so there's no. Oh yeah, the T-Mobile. Yeah, man. So the article says here that they'll be fighting at T-Mobile. It says on the article here. Oh man, that's the wrong window. That's my window with all the X spaces on it. If you want to go on the X spaces and call in, that's how you do it, man. Yeah, Rolly Romero versus Tio, August 22nd. Up in the corner here, it says, you can't read it probably. It says, announced Rolly Romero will defend the WBA welterweight title against Teofimo Lopez on August 22nd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Live on DAZN and DAZN on Prime. Okay. So it's live on DAZN and on Prime. But it's at the T-Mobile, so I'm hoping that we getting a good undercard then. Because, yeah, they're not going into a small venue. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Shout out to Trinity BX. He said Kerr versus Bell would have been good. Can Kerr stop Bell late? We would see, man. We'd have to see. I mean, Eddie Alvarez said Tio always willing to take short money. No, Tio's willing to make the fights. Obviously, you know, him and you see, this is where we got guys destroying myths, right? Because last weekend, Abdullah Mason and Albert Bell were very familiar with each other. I'm not gonna say friends, but you know, they've been around each other for a long time, been in each other's camps, so they know each other. At the end of the day, no matter what you say about them, they know each other. They fought. Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez, they were also friends. You know, Tio used to go in Rolly's locker room back when he was at like the lighter weights. And I think once Rolly started to make that move up, you stop seeing Teofimo Lopez around him as much. You know, obviously, you probably get to that point where you're like, hey, man, we getting around the same weight here. We could possibly fight, right? So I think that's what happened with Teofimo Lopez and Rolly. But, yeah, man, we'll see what happens with the fight. The fight is a good fight. I'm not going to lie, but I kind of wish, you know, the other guys would have had their shot, man. You know, maybe Jack Catterall, but Jack Catterall just fought in Egypt at the Giza, right? So he's probably not going to be ready. Maybe he would be ready by August. I don't know. Depends on him. I thought his fight with Kiesov, you know, he didn't get too much damage. But we'll see, man. Trinity BX said Treese was right about Bell. Yeah, yo, he was. Eddie Alvarez said, if anyone on the hot seat to make a fight, it's Devin. Yeah. Nah, Devin Haney got a lot of people linked to him, bro. Always does, seems to always have a lot of names fucking around with it. And like that's just what you want to see and hear. Everybody want to fight you. I think that's good, man. So Broly's back in training. Well, I'm sure he's been training for the fight because it's in August. But we'll see, man. Yo, Canelo Alvarez. Yo, he's supposed to, like, yo, Canelo beat. What y'all think is going on with Canelo, man? Cause he out at these soccer games. He don't look injured to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Oh shoot, yo, you might be right, bro. Hold on, I had that. I moved that phone right by my connection there. Let me make sure I move it out the way. Yeah, we good now. Yeah, these cords, when they get too much electronics near them, they start staticking. But yeah, Canelo Alvarez don't look injured to me, so I don't know why the Billy fight was pushed back. You know, at first I thought it was Christian and Billy because there was that image going around where everybody was like, "Yo, he looked like he got a torn bicep," and stuff like that. So I was like, "Oh shoot, maybe the torn bicep, conspiracy was real." And Christian and Billy's pushing back the fight because maybe they got a contract, right? And they got a clause, so maybe he's banking on the I'm still gonna get this fight with Canelo. But yeah, I don't know, man. They said Canelo's the one who moved it back. Canelo looked fine to me. They didn't really give a reason to why he moved the fight back. So I'm quite surprised, man, that Canelo Alvarez just out here. Shout out to him enjoying life, but like, come on, man. Don't be holding up the division like you've been holding it up when you had the belts. When you was undisputed, you held up 168. So, we really gotta figure it out with Canelo Alvarez. Oh, that's what happened? Eddie Alvarez said Canelo not injured, wanted more time off, having a baby. Okay. All right. I could respect that, bro. Canelo wanted to have a baby and everything. Yeah, man. Hold on. Let me put a couple links in the chat for you. I can put the panel link too, because I see my brother Hector Bermudez, man, in the building celebrating 8 months on the membership. Salute to my guy. My man's over there, Hector Bermudez. We loading up the clip, man. Hey, heck, man, I need you to come up here, bro, and apply that pressure to Tiger Johnson, man. I don't know why y'all not fighting, man. This shit's getting crazy, bro. This shit's getting spooky out here. Man, shout out to Christopher Guerrero, my Canadian brethren. He had a good fight. I thought, I feel like he could have did more, man. But nonetheless, Tiger Johnson with Bomac, he does look a little bit better. That's the panel link there if you want to come up on the panel, but you do need a camera. But if you just want to go on X Spaces or Discord and call through, which you can do also. Let me post those links as well. Check the Discord quick, make sure nobody's over there. Yeah, because I had the Discord window down. But yeah, man, we could definitely talk about anything. Boxing, bro. You know me. I'm an open book, man. I ain't here to talk about the drama either, man. You want to talk boxing. Boxing, that's what I be talking about. The fighting, man. The scrapping. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like, bro. Violence, as my man Treese would say, the violence, bro. But yeah, I put those links in the chat. The first one is the Discord link. The second one is the X Spaces link. Both are rocking out right now. Plus the panel link, which is the very first one that I put up. The panel link, that's where you come up here. But you do need a camera for the panel link, though. I will say that. Shout out to Bill Haney. He came on the show the one time. He didn't know. Shout out to Lowe. He came on the show too. They're trying to get rid of the camera, but it don't work like that when you come up here, man. You need the camera. Plus, all them weirdos be going on some of these platforms and just doing weird stuff, man. We not trying to have that. But yeah, man, those are the links if you want to call in and talk this boxing. What else we got up in here? That's Ice God in the building. Salute. Said allegedly wanting to fight Boots now. Yeah, man. That's what he said. He said that after the Xander. I'm trying to tell you, man. Xander put some confidence in Virgil's heart, man. I don't even understand it. Like Virgil Ortiz, man. Like that's not a good look. That it took that young man from Puerto Rico who tried to fight you, and you said he was too young, and then became more accomplished than you. It took that young man to go in there to get your nutsacks to drop so that you can go in there. Like, that's crazy, bro. He said two was ringside cheering Rolly on Tank fight. Oh, was he? T.O. He was there. Tank told him. Yo, Tank be funny low-key, bro. We need to see more of Tank, bro. Tank be like, yo, he be goofy, man.
Doing what I do. All white. Looking nice. Okay. Come through.
I don't know if Ryan Garcia is taking the fight serious or not.
Yo, gang, I'm telling you, the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney Zoo fight is probably the biggest fight in boxing, bro. Like that shit, it don't need no marination. You can drop this fight tomorrow and say they fight next month, and everybody gonna be talking about it, bro. Like that fight's too marinated. I don't understand why they can't get it done. It's the biggest fight in boxing. The Nigerian Nightmare joining the members. Salute, bro. I really appreciate that. Yo, y'all can get it as low as $1 per month, bro. Salute to Nigerian Nightmare for joining the members, dog. Yeah, Eddie Alvarez. He said you see Davis still struggling with that white stuff. Yeah, man. He might have a real problem. Yeah, man, I don't want to harp on it too much because like I think when people got issues like that, you really got to probably step away from the sport, man. I think it was correct me if I'm wrong, if the historians are in here, man. I'm pretty sure Aaron Pryor had a similar thing. Like he had a problem with I think his problem was alcohol, wasn't it? It might have been cocaine too, Aaron Pryor. And we all know Aaron Pryor was in the ring. He didn't look normal all the time in the ring. So maybe he would have been off it in the ring. But yeah, man, I think David Benavidez is a great fighter. I love his action. I love what he brings to the sport. But at the same time, I want to see David Benavidez, you know, in the best spot possible in his life, man. He got a son. You know, you obviously want to see him live long and be this great champion. I think he's got to do it by living a certain lifestyle, and what he's doing with that, it ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna last long, man. He can mess around and get hurt real bad in that ring one day. So I just hope David and his whole team, they figure it out, man. Leonard Sterling dropping the 5 pounds. Salute. Leonard Sterling, man. Salute, man, for rocking out with me. He said Rafael said Shakur signed to Zuffa. But that's Dan, right? Haney negotiated, never signed. Rolly versus Tio card. Ultra WBC Grand Prix 140 winner versus Israel Mercado and Jesus Ramos. Okay. We haven't seen Jesus Ramos in a while, man. I'm pretty sure like since Tank and not Tank, Cruz and Roach card. That's what he was on last against Shane Mosley Jr., where he won, man. But salute to Leonard Sterling, man, for dropping them chips with the dip.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Yes, sir. And so we got the WBC Grand Prix 140 winner. Okay. So shout out to him, the WBC Grand Prix, helping guys out. That's what we want to see, right? I thought that was a good tournament. I think they should bring it back. You know, you feel like now a second time around it runs smoother. Maybe you shorten the pool, because I think a lot of people, I don't know, I think a lot of people were, how do I say it, man? They were bored by it, right? Like a lot of people just stopped following it after a while. So I think you really gotta bring the pool down, shrink it down. It was too big, man. But the WBC Grand Prix, I enjoyed it, especially as somebody who's a boxing purist. I didn't need names, bro. I just needed action. And we got introduced to some guys, to be honest, man. I think it can help a lot of guys when they make that crossover into the major promotions and getting signed by the big promoters to go in those big fights. A lot of those guys were guys who were with smaller promoters, prospects moving up. Most of them had undefeated records, which was good. They put their O's on the line. I think Troy Nash was in the WBC Grand Prix as well, man. He did well. I think his or the way he got knocked out was he had a draw, but then they had an extra judge, right, for the WBC Grand Prix. So it was ruled a draw on BoxRec, so he doesn't have a loss, but by the tournament, because they got to keep it moving, he lost that round. But yeah, I like the WBC Grand Prix. I enjoyed it, man. We need more tournaments in boxing. I think that would really change the landscape. If we can have some more Super Sixes, I think the zone has the capability of doing stuff like that, because if they're gonna have all the big promoters there, and like let's say like a division like the division Shushu's in, the PBC has Brandon Figueroa, he has 1 belt, and then Top Rank has the other 3. They can do a tournament with Shushu, Espinoza, Leo, and Brandon Figueroa. And, if you do Super 6, then you add the next 2 best guys of that division and just run it the whole year. They can do that for sure, man. Then you get an undisputed king at the end of it. But we'll see, man. We'll see what really comes from this whole connection between, the PBC and DAZN. I enjoy it, man. But shout out to Leonard Sterling for dropping that 5-pounder, like he said. The card will feature at least Jesus Ramos, who's at 160, I believe now. So I'm interested to see his path, man. Are they waiting on Carlos Adames to drop the belt and then, do a vacant title fight? Let's see who would if Ramos went that route. Let's see who would be involved, man, because I just don't know, man. I don't know what Ramos has been doing. I know he was at 154 for a long time. He was a big 54-pounder. So it did look like he was going to have to move up eventually. He made the move. I thought he started the fight good against Shane Mosley Jr., and then he fizzled out in that fight. But that was his debut at 160, Jesus Ramos. So a lot of people weren't too critical of him. Okay, he's not really rated in the WBC at 160. Okay, so maybe he's in the WBL, Ramos. Because I thought he was the interim champ. I thought that was the interim belt. And maybe they don't rate interim champs. They should rate him at least. I'm gonna have to go to I'm trying to think who would show the interim champs on the ranking. Maybe boxing scene. I hate the interim thing, bro. Like, I'm not a fan of it. Never been a fan of it, and I'm even more not a fan of it when we have situations like with Lamont Roach and Zepeda, who they're just bigger names than Herrera, right? Herrera is the freaking WBC intern. And he not even getting a shot in his own division.
No playing, send me a contra. I know baby, send me a contra. I will kill you, send me a contra. No play with me, send me a contra.
That's him, bro. He said, I would, unalive you. Send me the contract. That's him, bro. Isn't that what y'all want to see? Yo, bro. That's dope, man. But nah, that guy, he not getting a shot because he doesn't have a big promoter, doesn't have the mainstream name that William Zepeda and Lamont Roach bring. So it's business as usual, right? Shout out to my brother G5 Jeff TV in the building. Salute to him, man. Make sure you guys go check him out. He got a great channel. G5 Jeff is doing his thing, man. He was live the other day. I was over there watching it. Make sure you guys tune in to G5 Jeff TV. Great insights, coming from him on boxing, man. Y'all like to rock out with the boxers. Y'all know me, man. I always tell you, boxing lives on YouTube, man. So I rock out with all the guys on YouTube. Obviously to an extent, right? I don't go to the ridiculous channels. But I go to the guys that I enjoy listening to, man. Eddie Alvarez said, heard the what? Tickets ain't selling. Had to reduce price of tickets. Damn, bro. And I think this is her first, well, not her first fight, obviously outside of Detroit, but this is her going into another big arena outside of Detroit. So yeah, man. I still think like even with her, I don't know, man. I don't know what her love is like in Atlanta. I think she lives there. So I don't know. Maybe she's just not it in Atlanta. I don't know. I thought New York would have been better because then you got Detroit traveling down to New York, and I think people would still travel, right? So that's what I was thinking. But I heard she lives in Atlanta, so she's trying to make a buzz out there. But hey, man, it ain't for everybody to be moving around. I think in women's boxing, like in women, it's hard to sell, man. It's really hard to sell in women's boxing. Like when you look at the women who do sell, it's because they got legendary fights. Obviously, Amanda and Katie Taylor, they were able to do like 3 of them things. But like Katie Taylor brings a whole country on her own. Like Katie Taylor is probably, I don't look at women's boxing numbers, but she might be the biggest draw, like in women's boxing, period. Because her last like retirement, going away fight, whatever this is, at Croke Park, that's $80,000, man. Not 80,000. 80,000 people. I think from what she sold, 80,000 tickets. Man, let me make sure I'm not lying to y'all. I'm just not telling you this crazy number, but I saw it. Katie Taylor, she pretty much sold out Croke Park in one day. And I'm pretty sure the number was 80K tickets, man, which is insane. Yeah. 82K. Sold out. Yo, that's crazy, man. For her September 5th. The fight's in September, bro. Yo, man, that's intense, man. For her to sell that out, yeah, I think Katie Taylor is probably, yeah, she definitely got to be, in terms of like ticket sales, she's that in women's boxing. And look, you look at Amanda Serrano, her biggest fights or her biggest paydays were with Katie Taylor, right? When they did The Garden the first time around without Netflix and it was Matchroom and Jake, man, that shit was sold out when they did The Garden. Salute to my guy, Big Money. My guy, Big Money, man. He's starting to go live, rack up the watch hours on his channel. So y'all tune into Big Money, man. He trying to do his thing. We got to support our guys, man. Eddie Alvarez said whole undercard is misfits. For what? Clarissa Shields? I thought Atif Oberton said he fighting on that joint, man. For real? I think my girl Caroline Vieira should be fighting on there too, man. She should be getting busy, defending that WBC title. Damn, man. Misfits? What do you mean misfits? Like celebrity boxing? Cause like, is that why I saw like Ray J and what's that man's name from That's So Raven? Orlando something? Is that what? Were they on the? Is that the card they're on? They on the Clarissa undercard, bro? Yo, that's wild, man. Shout out to Just Do Boxing, yo, another great content creator. My guy be live every day cooking, man. Shout out to Just Do Boxing, man. Make sure you guys go get your Just Do at Just Do Boxing, man. Said appreciate, yeah, bro. He did. Oh yeah, Atif, yeah, it was, yeah, Big Money. It was your interview, bro. Y'all see what I'm saying? Go check out the guys, man. Big Money got an interview, I'm pretty sure, with Atif Oberton where he confirmed it, man. And that's where I saw it. So make sure you guys go check out Big Money. He got the interview, man. He told me when I ran into him, yeah, exactly, at the Barclays. Okay. So I'm saying this is why I support the guys, man. They be outside working. Eddie Alvarez said Ray J against Brown. Yeah, Orlando Brown. That's it. Yeah. Yo, man, both of them guys need to get packed up, man. What's that shit?
No, I'm 1-18 in boxing. Like, what's some tips?
I ain't gonna lie. 1-18?
Yeah.
Stop boxing.
Go.
Ray J and Orlando Brown box. Okay, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. What's going on with that? Maybe that's that whole because isn't Clarissa she like partnering with Win Records? Maybe that's part of the deal, man. I mean, that's what she getting into. You know, I don't know, man. I like Clarissa Shields. She's coming back down in weight, y'all. So some of these fights are gonna be made. Like Michaela Mayer probably gonna fight her. Like Michaela Mayer be on some G shit. She going back over to England. When I think she the bigger draw than Chantel Cameron, but she going over there to enemy territory to pick up another strap. Like shout out to her, man. She just on some G stuff, Michaela Mayer. And she said she want to fight Clarissa. They know each other. You know, I don't know what their friendship is to an extent, but they know of each other, spending time around each other. So obviously, you know what I'm saying? They know each other, they still gonna fight. You know, who else is there? I think Kay Scott, is she unified, Kay Scott? I think she got one belt though. I think she got a belt. So Clarissa could come down, pick up a belt. I know Desley Roberts, she's got a belt. She's supposed to be fighting on the MVP card. And then Melinda Watpool, who my dad trains, she's at that weight too. Big news coming for her soon. I won't spill the beans. I'll let y'all wait on it because it's coming soon. Yeah, man. Clarissa Shields will be in the mix. So that means money fights for those women. So they should all be excited that Clarissa's coming back down because the fights are going to be made, man. And she was even talking about fighting Lauren Price, who I think is at 47. So I don't. Oh. That'd be crazy if Clarissa can come back down all the way to 147. You know, at her age, like that's no disrespect. I'm just saying, like, she's already been there, done it. Why would she need to come back down? But she's doing it because she wants to fight the best available opponents. Like, shout out to her, man. Coach Chris, he said, I'm back. Salute, Coach Chris, man. Yeah, I dropped the link on the Instagram to the YouTube, which brings you to the YouTube channel where I have the links for the call-in show tapped in here. Nobody called in yet. Salute to my guy Big Chung though. He over there on the Discord. I appreciate you for listening in, bro. And yeah, okay, yeah. Big Money said he got the Atif Oberton interview on his channel and IG. If you guys want to check it out, Big Money. El Consejero said, Ryan, what are your thoughts on the ref winking at Jay Prince after he stopped the fight? You saying Jay Prince had the mob ties? Yeah. You say Jay Prince had the mob ties out? They told the ref, like, you better make sure, bro. Or you ain't leaving, dog. You saying he had the mob ties out, man. He was making sure, man. Jay Prince had him looking crazy, man. He said, yo, you better get up out of here. Get that man up out of here, bro.
Is anything you looking for?
Some gummies.
Gummies? Okay.
Hurry up and buy.
No.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm just gonna say this though. Yo, shout out to my guy Hector Bermudez. They got you on camera too, winking, bro. Who's it? Polo Buck? Where's Polo Buck at, man? He usually got it in the profile picture. Polo Buck and Flexing and Stepping, they got the best YouTube profile pics ever, bro. Polo Buck got my man Heck winking, yo, at my man there. And then Flexing and Stepping, he got Nesta Gibbs in the weight vest, bro, looking like my man Ness was ready for Vietnam, bro. Like when I first saw the picture, I thought Ness was in like a one of them army suits, bro. I was like, yo, what's Ness doing on the boxing boys? Yo, shout out to Leonard Sterling with the 2-pounder, man. Salute. I appreciate you, Leonard Sterling, man. He says Scott is the WBA and WBC champion, and Robinson is the IBF and the WBO champion. Okay. So, I mean, if Clarissa Shields wants to run the table, it seemed like she's going to have to go to Jake Paul because I think Robinson is with Jake Paul. And I don't think she's opposed to that. Shout out to Salida Promotions. I threw a short out there about Caroline going over to MVP to work with Alicia Bumgarner if they wanted that fight. And he said he's all for it. So I think Salida Promotions would definitely entertain Clarissa Shields and Robinson. But I think Jake Paul got to come over to the zone, which I don't think he would have an issue, coming over to the zone with that fight. But I think ESPN might have an issue with that, right? Because ESPN, they want to obviously have the big fights and basically, they want to have the big fights. But shout out to Leonard Sterling, man. I didn't give you your chips with the dip, man. I appreciate you.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Yeah, man. I appreciate all the support, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all make this journey easier for me. Like I said, man, I'm gonna make a conscious effort to get out to more of these fights and get some content because I don't know, man. When I get into boxing circles, it's very easy for me to talk to people. Like it's not like I know some people, like boxers are not your typical suspects, man. They are wired different, like really wired differently. And I think some people, I'm not saying that in a bad way, by the way. I'm not saying like they're unapproachable. No, they're just, the way they talk. Like you got to think it's an ego sport, man. They got a lot of ego, these guys. A lot of belief in themselves. And some of that can be almost portrayed as being cocky. And they're just not. They're just confident in themselves, confident in their abilities. So that's all it is. But yeah, I threw that panel link back out there if anybody wants to join up on the panel here. Talk some boxing. We can talk anything, man. Obviously, I want to speak on probably the bigger topic in the headlines in today's boxing space. Teofimo Lopez, Rolly Romero fight finally being finalized. And the PBC going over to the zone. I think somebody in the chat already said they're going to announce it when they announce this press conference, Teofimo Lopez and Rolly, which is probably going to be soon since they announced the fight. They usually announce a press conference like shortly after. So I'm sure we'll hear the announcement of when officially the zone will be over. And then we could really think about, okay, the future of it, man. Because, I mean, I look at it like guys like Jamal Charlo could benefit from it. That 168 division, that's in Billy's over there at the zone. Iglesias is over there at the zone. Hamza Shiraz is there. Diego Pacheco is there at the zone. Like, all those guys are at the zone. They are all 68-pounders. Jaime Munguia's there with Golden Boy. So a lot of these fights for Jamal Charlo, where he may not have gotten those big fights at 160, he may end up getting them at 168, man. So shout out to Jamal Charlo. Hopefully the PBC can bring big fights for him, man. I know he's coming back on that Tim Tszyu, Earl Spence card at the end of the month. Man, that's another fight I got reservations about. I gotta wait till it gets closer for me to speak my mind on it. But man, just the stuff Earl Spence has been saying lately, it's hard for me to confidently pick him. And like Tim Tszyu, shout out to him. Tim Tszyu hasn't done himself like any better at all with his performances. So these are just two guys where I'm just like, oh man, they hurt me right now, having to try to understand where the fight's gonna go, man, because both guys are just, I don't know. I don't want to say unreliable, but both guys they got flaws, right? And Spence's biggest flaw is obviously time, bro. He got no time. Like, he's just been out the ring for 3 years. I don't care how much sparring you do. I don't care how much running you do. Bro, like, that's ring rust. Under them lights, it's different, bro. It is different. My man, Jay Gon said, who y'all got? Rolly and Fimo? I'm leaning Rollies, man. Tio might be too small, but I don't know. Yeah, they got experience, which is nice. So, but yeah, we'll see, man. They obviously had sparring sessions when they're both at lighter weights. So we don't know if Teofimo Lopez's power will translate. But Teofimo Lopez is dubbed as the better boxer. But Rolly's been showing us boxing. But he's also been out the ring longer. So I think Rolly's been out the ring for like a year and some change now. Like, wasn't his last fight against Ryan Garcia in Times Square? So like he's been out for a minute. Ring Rust could show up in his fight too, man. These PBC guys, it's insane, bro. They don't be fighting. Like, this is why the zone's gonna try to at least help them out. I think everybody over there is gonna have to think about the way they approach the table, because the money not gonna be the same. Them guys just gonna have to get that out their mind. Like, PBC was overpaying for so long. Get that out your mind, man. I'm not getting paid these over crazy paydays unless you in the Turks graces. So you just gotta accept it, man. This is a new time in boxing. This is a reset happening. You're not gonna get that big payday that you thought you was gonna get when the PBC was doing the weak ass fights back in the day on Showtime. Shout out to my brother G Vaughn in the building. Big G Vaughn, man. He said I got Tim pulling it off, man. I'm not even like shocked. Like Tim Tszyu, I don't know. Let me go check the betting lines. I wouldn't be shocked if Tim Tszyu is like the favorite, bro, because I think he should be the favorite. My only issue with Tim Tszyu is like he's been moving trainers. Like, he's moved trainers his last 2 fights. I think he just came from Floyd Diaz to another trainer in Australia, and then he was with Split T Boxing, Las Vegas for the longest time. So yeah, he's now with a different. I don't know, man. In that sense, I'm just like, yo, what the heck's going on with Tim Tszyu? Like, when I hear things like that, even though somebody said he was homesick, I forget who said that, man. Somebody was on the show, called into the show, man. Oh, man, it was my guy on X Basis. He said he knew Chad. He called in the show, and he said that. He said, like, Tim Tszyu left Miami because he was homesick. And I was like, what the hell? Like, that don't even make sense, because Tim Tszyu, he was in Las Vegas, like, training with Split T Boxing his whole front half of his career, man. Like, what do you mean he's homesick now? But I don't know. Maybe because, like, he's doing a lot of fights with no limit, that they're holding those fights in Australia. Look, you're not even coming over to America for this fight. He got to go, like, Spence got to go to Australia, man. And I know Spence had that excuse about he didn't want to do tickets and this and that, like, for people. I don't know. That's an excuse to me. It's like, bro, like, come on, Spence. You ain't got the heart to tell people to go support you. Like, come on, man. You got to start telling people that. Like, if people just always asking you for handouts, bro, they're not really your friends, bro. They're not trying to support you, support your grind, put a little bit of dough back in your pocket. All the times they helped you out, you ain't no real friend. Go pay for that man's ticket to go watch him do what he does, do his job, perform, man. You know what I'm saying? So the odds are hovering around minus 165 to minus 200. So Earl Spence is the favorite, which is insane. So, I mean, Javon, if you feel like Tim Tszyu can win, bro, you might want to go lock that in right now, because it's not a lot higher, but Tim's a plus 135 to plus 162. So, I mean, if you could find the 162 on the sports book, yeah, you might go lock that in now, because I'm sure, like, as the fight gets closer, Australia are going to start putting money on Tim, and those lines are going to start to come down, bro. It's probably be like a 50-50 fight by the time we get to the fight. Because I just think, like, Australia, he says Spence favorite. Yeah, bro. That's what it says here on Google, man. He favored on most sports books, which is insane. Like, I thought Tim Tszyu would have been the favorite, to be honest with y'all. And he a minus 300 to win by decision. Like, they're saying he gonna go the whole 12 and beat Tim Tszyu. Damn, bro. So if you take Tim Tszyu on the decision, that shit's a plus 500, man. And on the KO, he's a plus 320. It's like you could throw bets at that too. Oh, man. Yo, that's crazy, man. I thought for sure Tim Tszyu would have been the favorite. Yo, I'm actually shocked by that line. I can't believe that Earl Spence is the favorite on a 3-year layoff, man. Like, that, if I was Tim Tszyu, I'd print that shit out and put it on the wall, bro, and use that as motivation, because, like, that's just, like, the bookies is just straight telling you, man, they don't believe in you at all. At all, man. Shout out to my brother Chad in the building. What's going on, Chad? Got my man's in them, Chad, Canada.
Hey Ryan, man, how you doing?
Good, brother.
Hold
We
up.
got you, man. Tim Tszyu last fight wasn't impressive. Yeah, Toledo Trees. Yeah, his last fight wasn't. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, sorry. I just jumped on. I see the topic, but I
Yeah.
hear that you're talking about Zoo. Yeah, those I heard the betting odds you were talking about. Yeah, man, like those are tempting. Those are that's good money. That's where the good money starts at plus 300, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So yeah, it's going to be tempting to want to take some of those bets, but I mean, yeah, like can you bet in good faith on Zoo at this point? I don't know. Yeah, maybe sprinkle a
Yeah.
little bit here or there, you know? But I don't know.
No, I agree, man. It's tough, man, because it's like both of these guys can't be trusted right now. But it's like if you look at the optics, I think Earl, you can have a conversation where you're like, yeah, I don't believe more in Earl because he's in these interviews telling us he doesn't live the life of a boxer, basically. And he hasn't been in the ring for 3 years. You know, he's been through some car wrecks and yeah, it's like, Tim Tszyu, it hasn't been as that bad.
I just think everyone's waiting to see, like, with all the, like, you could say literally trauma he's been through in the ring.
Yeah.
Just want to see where things are at, you know? But I don't know. There's probably some interesting, like, you could do some prop bets with the zoo side of things, I'm sure. And then the live betting is always fun. It's always interesting if you've got that available where you live.
Right. Yeah. Live betting's pretty cool. Toledo Tree say he doesn't believe in Tim either.
Yeah, at this
man.
point, I'm on the wait and see, right? Like we just really got to see where things are. I don't know what to say more than that, but it's a shame. I mean, well, look, I mean, you could say in a lot of ways that Tim Tszyu, even, let's say his career was to just drop off at this point, you know, in the next 2-3 fights. In some ways, he was a bit of an overachiever, really, if you think about it. I think he went a lot further and was able to get some pretty big fights than most guys do. And I think a lot of that came just off the back of grit and determination more than anything. In the beginning, a lot of people did not like him or didn't think he was anything really special at all, right? So he was fighting against that too. I feel like his career's just kind of started to get a good stride going with the fans, and then he had that fight where the Fundora fight where it was like total bloodbath. That one where his
Right.
head was all
Yeah.
messed up, gashed up. I feel like after that, just things changed.
Well, then, yeah, he went into the backroom fight after and got blown to smithereens. But
Right.
like we
Yeah.
still like saying all that stuff. It's like okay, but now I've heard the stories with Earl. He doesn't seem like a disciplined fighter. He just doesn't. So I'm like looking at it like that. Maybe Tim's more disciplined than him, which is crazy to say. But we know he got destroyed by Crawford. So how does he return after his first loss? Because that's the first time Errol Spence lost mentally. At least Tim Tszyu, he's had some losses and came back from it. And then it's like, damn, the inactivity. Like Tim Tszyu's been pretty active since the Fundora loss. I think he's fought Fundora another time now. He fought Bakram. He fought another, like 2 more fights. He fought against one of Hector Bermudez's guys. And then he fought, was it earlier this year? He fought in February or March or something like that. Recently he fought. So he's been in the ring. And he's home. It's in Australia.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, Ryan. I don't have much more to add about him. I'm definitely curious to see how he looks against Spence. And I mean, I find it odd to think that Spence would just be casual about this fight after the loss he took. Like, I can't see him just leaving it to to Chance or to like, oh, I'll be better than him. He's had some issues. Yeah, no way, man. He's got to be training and like probably it might not be like as much as we would expect, but probably a lot for him and his ideas about training. I've heard
Right,
stuff
right.
about Spence too. I don't know how much of it's real or true or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's got to be in there like trying to get back and get ready. Oh my God, man. I think you'd want to be sparring at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's been crazy, but we'll see. We'll see. Even Earl Spence, like when he said to Andre Ward, I'm thinking about which vacation I'm gonna take after the fight. I'm like, what? Like, bro, you supposed to be in killer mode. Like, you supposed to be in a different type of mental state right now. You shouldn't be thinking about no vacations. Like, come on, man.
But
I'm a
don't you
little
think
worried when I hear
like
stuff like that.
but did he say it in that way where it's like this is going to be easy work type of thing? Like that's the impression I get from it. Almost it's like
I think he
you
was
know I'm
saying it in a sense of like he doesn't love boxing the same way he used to. Like he's not
yeah
attached to it in that way. Like he's almost like
yeah
saying like this is gonna be the last fight. This could be my
yeah.
last fight.
It's like a unfocused type of statement. Yeah, I get it. Yeah
Yeah, and it's just like,
yeah.
man, I don't want to like I just don't want to hear that after the way you lost to Terrence Crawford. Like the timing is not good. Yeah, man. I mean, Coach Bermudez, you still here? You said he can't pick fights or off highlights. Yeah, man. Tim been way more active. Yeah, Gvon, he has been active, man. What do you think about this whole
Yeah,
PBC to the zone and Rolly Romero and Tio, man? It's official.
Um, yeah, so I haven't given a lot of thought to the PBC DAZN thing, but obviously, it's great. I mean, they're the last like big holdout to join, aren't they?
They are the
I mean,
last
there's
one. The
everybody,
big,
everyone's
yeah.
there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even Top Rank are there now, man. Like, so I would hope, even though it's probably just a fantasy and a delusion, but that yeah, the fact that they are all there will somehow help to get more dialogue going. Like I don't know if it'll actually produce fights, but at least get things started moving in a direction where they could start considering it and start and then maybe in a couple of years we get to a point where we're getting cross promotional fights that are the way it should be, really. The way it should be. These guys should be working together, man, to give the fans what they want and the best stuff. It happens all the time. It's got to be across the proverbial street, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know though. What do you think, Ryan? Like, is that just like a fan? Am I just dreaming or what?
No, man. I think the crossover era has finally arrived. When you look at Golden Boy and Matchroom, they've worked twice now
Yeah,
together. They've
good
done
point.
multiple shows already, and then Matchroom did the Boots Ennis and the Xander weekend before, which was good.
That's right.
This week
Yeah,
we
that's
had
top
Albert
rank
Bell.
and Matchroom. Yeah,
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 Albert Bell
yeah,
was a
yeah. Right.
PBC, so that was crossover as well. So I think we're entering it, which is good. And we're also going to get
Oh man.
Zepeda and Lamont Roach, man, which is also PBC and Golden Boy. That one's going to be on cable, so even better. I think that could turn into a firefight. Yeah, I think we're in that era, man. It's finally arrived where the guys are sitting down. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheik. He somehow made it all happen. Like, he had a little post there where he wanted to see the promoters work more together. Now it's just like, okay, is everything gonna go back to shit when he leaves? Because it sounds like he has a serious health condition. It's like once he's gone, like and the money's gone, is everybody just gonna go back to doing what they used to do, or are you guys actually gonna work together long term and make good business?
That's the real biggest question that nobody really wants to have to think about. But
Yeah,
that question's been there from day one with when Turkey Al Sheikh brought his money around.
yep.
Everyone thought about it right away. It was pretty apparent. Like, yeah, it's great, but when he pulls the rug out from it, then what, right? I don't know if it can survive that type. I mean, that's like a huge financial backing, that's just there. It's like a bank. It's got to affect it. But yeah, if they all stuck together, like if there was a system in place,
Right, right.
if they could just stick to that and keep moving forward with it, we would at least have that, right? Where they're working together more and more willing
Right.
to.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I think as long, but like the zone is making these guys work together too. They are putting the money there for them. They're obviously not paying ridiculously like they used to, which is good. Keep everything honest. But I think as long as the zone forces the promoters to make the fights, we'll see the fights.
Yeah, man, that's so. And then you got to think of every time these guys have joined. So you'd say in the space of 1 to 2 years, you've had a few these big promotions join DAZN, which has moved the value up for the customers in a huge way. So my big concern is that DAZN, obviously being well aware of that, is going to turn the make the cost go up like accordingly, right? Over
Yeah.
they'll do it over a year or two, but like big increases. I hope that they can let the customers live with the value for a bit, because
Right.
honestly, the customers deserve it. Like everyone who's stuck with DAZN from day one, good grief, man. They
Yeah.
definitely deserve it. To leave it, give people the value at the current rate it's at.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I agree. And I think honestly you probably give everybody a certain budget. Like my man teaches asking, the question becomes how do you budget for all those promoters? You just got to give everybody a number, man. I'm sure they have analytics that can tell you what each guy on a stable could make, so you can round it out and say, "Yo, this is your money for the year." And then if we get a big fight on the horizon, like a big unification or something like that, we might sprinkle you extra money to go make those fights. But I think yeah, you just got to give everybody a budget, and if they blow the budget before the year ends, then they don't get to do shows. Or if they make a
I
lot of
think
money,
that
good for them, man.
yeah, hopefully it's a system that encourages like a kind of organic, I don't know if competition's the right word, but it just motivates them to again make these big fights, so that the
Right.
budgeting is there for it. Like
Yeah.
what's the best way to make projections with planned fights? Like being able to go to the zone and say, okay, look, we want to do this, we want to do that. That's what's going to get them horny to spend money.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully good comes out of it, man. I'm trying to stay on the upbeat side of it.
Yeah, and sometimes you get the guys who are like Xander and Boots. It seems like they never had an issue with money. Xander made it quite clear. He's like, man, I didn't want Boots to make. I think if Boots enforced his mandatory status, he would have got paid less, a percentage of the pot. So Xander just said, like, we made this fight, man. So, you made money, I made money. That's what boxing's about. Everybody making money. The fighters helping each other out to make money. Because at the end of the day, the promoters, they move on to the next guy, man. They don't really, they don't care about these guys 10, 15 years from now. They moving on to the next guy. So the fighters sometimes they gotta take short change for everybody to make money.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Such a crazy sport, such a crazy world, boxing. But I don't know. And then you got to wonder, like, where does Zuffa's like on the outside of all this, right? So
Yeah.
and Paramount, right?
Well, they're gonna
Like,
be on the outside. Yeah, exactly. Until the Paramount deal is done.
I'm definitely curious to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dana White, he said it. He said he's not like these guys, so I guess he's banking on the league, right? That's what I gotta assume he's talking about when he says stuff like that, and when he says he's going against NBA, NFL, whatever, the other big leagues, which I don't know how he's gonna go against those type of sports, because those sports, like, man, especially the NFL, like, they own a day of the week, bro. They own Sunday, like. No sport owns a day of the week like NFL. So I don't know,
Oh
man,
man,
but
like Yeah, those are like legacy sports, legacy cable positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I agree. They'd be tough to bump. Hey, have
Right.
you seen like what criticism? Have you seen criticism for the DAZN and PBC? Like, because you know how PBC guys are. Like, those guys are like, so they love PBC, man. So I'm wondering, like, what are they thinking about it? Like, do they like it or no?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't associate myself with that whole people who bang for promoters. I don't get it, man, cuz like I feel like you should be for the fighters more. I feel like, the promoters, they businessmen, none of them, those guys aren't risking their life. They're not getting in the ring. They're not providing us with much entertainment. Most of the time they're blocking the fight. So, yeah, I don't really yeah, I've never been a guy who's been like a pro PBC or whatever. But I'm sure there's some people that don't like the move because they've been like I was talking about Floyd Mayweather. He used to make fun of DAZN when Canelo was there. He used to say, "Yo, he's fighting on an app." like And then it's funny because like the apps is now everything now. Everything's on apps. Like the whole world's apps now, pretty much. So the zone was ahead of their time at that time, and then now they're like solidified as the best. So it's just PBC got to come home, man. They got to come where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense. On Prime, it was a good idea, and I didn't mind the broadcast they did on Prime. They looked
Right.
good. And the events weren't bad either. Like even like so Roach and versus Tank, even with the whole debacle of that fight and Tank with the knee and all that, like
Yeah.
I enjoyed that night. I liked that card. I thought it was a fun card. It was a good night. I didn't mind it at all. So as much as PBC fanboys are irritating, I got to give props to the PBC. They know what they're doing, man. They know how to put a show together.
Yeah, they do, man. And like now they'll have more resources. They'll be in a better home. They'll have a network for the first time in a while. So since the Showtime deal, so we'll see, man. We'll see. Because I know they're supposed to give us free fights, right, on Prime, but I think we only got like 2 or 3 of those shows that were free.
So my biggest thing, like, and of course we're in Canada for anyone listening, but going on to Prime and looking for it wasn't very obvious, like there was no, usually a big event like that, it'll try and show it to you as soon as you open
Right.
the app, there's that place of prominence as soon as you open up where it'll put stuff and you can usually look through a few things. Never saw anything like that. And even trying to search it, it just, you know what I mean? It never popped
Mm-hmm.
up in any kind of special or meaningful way. It was just like searching anything else. So I
Gotcha.
don't know, man. Like, like the production and everything was good, but it didn't seem like it was much of a priority for Prime. At least that was my impression of it.
Right. I think that's what the deal was. I think if the deal was more like the Prime, they were like, can you impress us? How many eyeballs can you bring here? And we'll take you serious if we feel like the number is good. If not, you're just here.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything else. Exactly. Yeah.
That's what it kind of felt like. And
Yeah.
I think at least the zone will obviously, they got a whole boxing section. They're pretty much known for boxing. So it's
Yeah.
easier on the
Oh, yeah, man.
consumers.
I think,
like, yo, if you want to go watch boxing, just go to the zone.
yeah. And then if you like any other sports that they have, I mean, that's just added value, right? But yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, they're buying it just exclusively for the boxing. But yeah, man, about the Raleigh and Tio,
Yeah.
man, I don't know if you can, is that bleeding through can you hear? There's like a kid screaming in the background. Are you able to
Nah,
hear that?
I can't hear that, to be honest.
Oh,
I would have
good,
never
good.
known if you didn't
Okay,
say
good.
that.
Yeah, okay, good. I can't tell. I can never tell how much you hear. So anyway, yeah, man. Like I was on the Hangout spot talking to Johnny a bit about it. I mean, I haven't given it a ton of thought, and this is kind of like an early stage. I just kind of
Yeah.
found out about it, but I think it's a good fight. I like it. I think Malcolm made the biggest point about it, and that's that it's another example of a guy losing a big loss, not just a loss, but a
Yeah,
big loss, and
right.
then getting a title shot or right
Yep,
after is like, I don't know. Boxing's changed, like the reality is they do that all the time now. Like if they like
yep.
the match, they're going to do it. That's all there is to it. And I like the match too. Like I get it. I get why they want to do it. For a first title defense, it's a good look for Raleigh, and I think it's a good fight. I think it's more even. I think a lot of people just assume Teal's going to just go in there and sweep out Raleigh, but I'm not sure it's going to go like that. I'm interested to see it.
Yeah, man. I agree. I think it's gonna be a good fight.
What you think?
I think
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good
yeah,
fight. I think Teofimo Lopez has got some answers. Sorry, some questions to answer. How was that
yeah,
loss against
yeah.
Shakur gonna affect him moving up in weight? And then Rolly Romero, we saw him outbox Ryan Garcia. So is he gonna be a better boxer in this fight? Is he gonna be the stronger guy? I'm sure he'll be the bigger guy. Actually, I don't know how Tio is gonna fill out at 47, but yeah, there's a lot of questions,
Funny.
man. And then if Tio's dad's in front of him, I'm really gonna be even more like I'm probably gonna pick Rolly because I think Tio's got to make a change with the voice in front of him. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens on August 22nd. That's in T-Mobile too,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be a big card.
Oh, that's really great, man. It's gonna be an exciting night. I think it's gonna be a good night. I hope they get the undercard popping too, man. It'll be a fun
Yep.
night. But yeah, I agree with you. One of the first things I was thinking about was size wise, how that's gonna work. Like, I'm giving the edge size wise to Raleigh too. At least that's what I see in my mind. Um, I think that you're right. After how Raleigh looked against Ryan, we saw this like Raleigh we've never seen before. It was. I think Ryan was surprised. We all were surprised, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. Even though Ryan looked completely limp that night, I don't think he was going to beat any version of Raleigh, really. So, and then that was a while ago now too. That's the other thing. Like Raleigh is the champion, hasn't defended his belt. They haven't made him do a first defense in over a year. It's
Yeah.
like, man, I don't even know what to say with these sanctioning bodies anymore, man. It's just like anything goes now, right? So, anyways, the point is Tio's a good first defense. At least after waiting, they've matched him, against a good opponent. So I'm with it. I'm with it, and I want to see how Raleigh does. And you're right. There's questions to be answered with Tio and Raleigh, right? So it's
Hmm.
interesting. We'll see. We'll see. And I think that Raleigh, he's got pop, man. At 47, he has got
Yeah.
pop. And say what you want about Raleigh, okay? About how he
Yeah.
fights, but he's strong. He's powerful, and I think if he lands on Tio, we might see what Tio's chin's about, right? We'll find out.
Nah, for real, man. Shout out to Teach. You said
Yeah.
it makes it easier for the consumer paying one less subscription. I wish boxing was on YouTube. Hopefully it happens in the future. That I mean every promoter on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah, man, that would be dope, man. If every promoter was on YouTube. That'd be awesome.
Oh man. Yeah, something that's really central like that, that's easy to use, that everyone's
Yeah.
familiar with. I think, yeah, it would be a great thing. But DAZN is most people at this point have had DAZN, have used it, familiar with it, from boxing point of view, I'm saying.
Hmm.
So yeah, and then when it comes to pay-per-views and casuals, that they're gonna if they have their cable box, it'll offer them pay-per-view, but it's through the zone, right? Like the
Right.
people will come to know it. People will come to know it.
No,
So
I
yeah, I
agree,
think
man.
it's great, man. Yeah,
I totally
yeah. At
agree.
one
Like,
point, it was out of control. Like Top Rank was with what Paramount or ESPN or whatever. You had to
ESPN,
have the
yeah.
ESPN app, the Zone app, like BBC,
Showtime.
which pop up wherever. Yeah, Showtime. It was ridiculous, man. Like boxing fan. And then the funny part is, you go through all that, you're paying all that, you're using all these different things, and then when the events happen, it's like like they take forever. Like poor production on the event. You're waiting all night.
Yeah.
Like boxing fans have it bad, man. As far as like we love it so much, we must love it.
Yeah, man. My man El Concedo, he said, Ryan, will this move with the PBC convince you to buy the Zone Premium? Yo, I tried to buy it, but for some reason, I don't know if you tried this, Chad, but like it doesn't give us the ultimate package. Like we don't get the pay-per-views, man. It's weird. Like I still had to pay for all the other pay-per-views. I don't know if it's a network thing with the Canada, but
So
yeah, man, they gotta
it
fix that.
might yeah, I didn't know that. Like I was looking through the app and I mean I saw it, but I didn't try to buy it either, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's bizarre. Like it would be our CRTC rules probably
right.
prohibit them from doing that for some stupid reason, like some technicality, right? Even though what's hilarious about it is it would actually benefit us in no doubt, right? It's probably the best
Right.
value when you look at everything now.
Oh yeah.
Like to answer that guy's question, like for me, it's value. I think for most fans, it's going to be a no-brainer to just pay
Oh
that
yeah.
money and right, get as much as you can from it for sure.
Yeah, I just hope they don't try to like bring the price up, man. Let's hope they don't do that. Just let everybody
Yeah,
stay at
that's
this $45.99 right now. Let the fans breathe. Give them I think they said a
yeah.
minimum of 12 pay-per-views. So they didn't put a cap on it. They actually went out and talked about that more and said, "No, it's not a cap of 12. It's a minimum. Like we want to give you a minimum of 12 pay-per-views a year. So once a year they want to do a big fight. Or once a month, sorry. They want to
Love
do a
it.
big fight, which is good. That's what
Yeah,
it should be.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, man. I mean, and I mean, boxing's always been one of like certain times of the year there'll be busier schedule than other times, and I don't
Yeah.
think that's going to change. But yeah, if they could get some consistency, even with planning bigger events, yeah, absolutely, man. Why not? Why not? That's hopefully one of the ways that the zone can improve things, um, because like I said, man, boxing fans sometimes got it rough.
Oh yeah. My man Tree said I'm never buying the ultimate package. What? Yo, Treese, your man Albert Bell
What?
about to be on there with the PBC. You better go buy that.
Yeah,
Said he'd
Cheese
never
would be the
buy.
first one. He'd be the first one in line. He's buying it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you guys remember? Or Teach said, do you guys remember when Jake Paul fought Tyson and MVP aired the prelims? I believe it was the prelims on YouTube. Yeah, man, I remember that because Melinda Wapool was headlining the prelims, fighting against Shadeja Green. I remember that. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
definitely tuned in.
what an opportunity that was for her, right? So great.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she got another big one coming, Chad. I can't spill the beans yet, but it's a big one. It's a
That's
big one.
so great for her, man. I love it. Yeah,
It's a
love
big. I
it.
can't wait till it drops too. 'Cause,
All right.
yeah,
I'll
it'll be
I'll
a
be
good
watching
wait.
for it, Ryan. All right.
Gvon
Can't
said
wait.
Treese don't
Can't
even
wait.
have his own Amazon or Netflix account. Oh man, oh that's funny, man. But yeah, Teach, I hear what you're saying, man. I think the YouTube doesn't get utilized enough by some of these promoters. A lot of them could put their prelims on YouTube. Like ProBox has done a tremendous job with YouTube. You just watch their views just increase. And I think now they're gonna put a $5, like you gotta have a $5 membership or something on YouTube to get the streams now. So now they're going to a paid
Well,
service, but we'll see, man. We'll see how that goes.
yeah, like my impression of the zone and YouTube is like not good. Like there's not a good relationship there. Like because I don't know what it's like at the moment, but at one point for sure, for podcast shows trying to use fair use for clips. I remember one time Mike Montero was live and well into the swing of his show, and he tried to show a clip of the weekend's fight or whatever. It was only
Yeah.
like 20 seconds or something, and the whole show went dark, like literally, like the screen just went
No way.
black. Yeah, it just shut the whole thing down, man, in an instant. Yeah, so for a while there, at least, DAZN was like really pushing that. Like they wouldn't let people use anything, which is way too, like that's how you alienate fans, right? Like look what
Right.
ProBox is doing. ProBox is doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Like you use it to engage people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous.
Nah, that's
So I
true,
think
man.
they've softened up since that point, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're right, man. You be scared to put a DAZN like logo anywhere on anything. It's like they're just gonna flag it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and so I understand they want to protect their brand and protect things, but there is such a thing as crossing a line too, like where it's too much, man. Like let people breathe, like let
Yeah.
them put your brand on their lips, like let it be said, let it be shown. How's people gonna find out, and see it?
Right, right. That's what I was thinking. Like that's like free promotion, man.
Exactly,
At least how I
exactly.
look at it.
Like,
I didn't have to
yeah,
pay
it's
for
fair
that.
use. It's fair use. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, like it's weird. I don't know why well, look, like I said, like things might be different now. Like that story I told you, that was a while ago. Like that's probably like maybe around COVID, before COVID type of thing.
Mm.
Maybe things are different now, but yeah, they were at one point like that anyway. But yeah, man, ProBox is definitely for the people. I love
Yeah.
ProBox, man. I
Roblox
love
is awesome.
ProBox so much. Yeah, everything it stands for is great, man. It's awesome. I love that, just the fact that they exist doing what they do is good. It's good for fans, it's good for boxing. It can't just be obnoxious big promotions like monopolizing the whole thing between like five companies, right? I love that ProBox were able to find a little slice of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they created their own lane for sure.
Yeah, and I'd say they're still growing, man. I'd say like people just become more aware of it if as time goes on.
Now they're in the right spot now. Now they're getting money from casinos to go and do shows and stuff like that. They're doing well.
Yeah,
They're doing well.
yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
You
it's
know.
like a brand that people trust, right? That's what it
Yeah,
becomes. It's
exactly.
great.
They always have good production. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, they know how to put a card together. Like you say, like the production's going to be right. It's great, man. They deserve it. There's a lot of hard work, a lot of risk goes into it,
Mm-hmm.
So they deserve it. They deserve it. What else going on though, Ryan? Like we haven't heard any undercard news at all. I guess for T. O'Reilly, it's just too early. I guess, eh?
I think Leonard Sterling, he was in the chat earlier and told me that Ramos is gonna be on the card, Jesus Ramos. And
Jesus.
yeah, Jesus. We haven't seen him since he fought Shane Mosley Jr. on the
Right.
Roach and Cruz
Right.
undercard. And Israel Mercado's returning against the WBC Grand Prix winner at 140. So I'm not sure who that is. But shout out to my man Treese with the super chat, $2 super chat. He said, will you interview Amanda Gale or Tam Tebow? Yo, I reached out to Tam, she ain't hit me back, but Amanda Gale, I think I can get in contact with her. I think she trains. I don't know if she still does. She used to train down the street from my dad. But we'll see we can get Amanda on. Shout out to Hack
Have you
Boxing
had?
with the $2 super
Sorry,
chat.
Ryan.
It's all good, man. He said, what's that? You want that chip with the dip? I'll drop that right quick for you.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
What's going on, Chaz?
Oh, I was wondering if you've interviewed Natasha Spence yet.
Not yet, yo. I gotta reach out there. She just won a title, didn't she? Didn't she just beat or no, defended her title? Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
she
defended her
defended.
title.
Yeah,
Shout out
on
to her.
Roy Jones Jr.'s show. Yeah. Um, yeah, she's kind of having the same kind of experience as Mel Watpool. Like she's kind of having a late like bloom in her career,
Yeah.
and it's great. I'm so happy for both of them. It's awesome. They put in so much work, you know. It's great, man.
Yeah, I think for the
Yeah,
women, they always have like these late blooms, and it's just kind of common now. Rare that you see a
well,
young like prospect woman outside of the Clarissa Shields who was like peaking, doing crazy things. Now it's like, yeah, when they get older, more opportunities.
Well, I think like the Tam Tebow and what she's doing is like a whole new era of women's boxing. Like just
Yeah,
how she's starting out, like you're just like you're saying, you know, taking a run at the Olympics, like the media side of it as well, though. You know how she's run her socials, the
right,
connection now with MVP and Jake. Yeah, it's just a new look too for women's boxing. Like they're skilled, but they're still very feminine as well, but you're not looking at them like a sex kitten. Like they're
right.
definitely tough boxers, you know. It's great. There's this real tricky balance the women have to do, because you know they want to be respected first and foremost. You know they
Hmm.
want to be respected. So, but you know I'm sure that there's always a push from the broadcasters, promoters to be sexy, to you know all that stuff,
Yeah,
right? The
yeah,
normal
for
stuff.
sure. You know there is.
So yeah, for the woman, it's a tough balancing act. But yeah, listen, Ryan, man, I'm gonna let you go though, bro. I'm gonna fall back. Shout out to everybody in the Six community, man, and thanks for having me on, Ryan.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, Chad, for tuning in, man. That's
Peace.
my guy, Chad from Canada, man, doing his things. Always supporting the channel, always jumping on, talking his boxing. Salute to him, man. My man Toledo Treese, he dropped a $5 super chat. Salute to Toledo Treese. He said if Tio gets a title shot after getting spanked by Shakur, Albert Bell should get another one because he looked much better. Now that's a fact, Toledo Treese. I'm gonna give you your chips first, bro. I don't think I get.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Yeah, no, Treese. I'm of the same mentality, bro. I think yes, Albert Bell probably deserves another title shot after pushing Abdullah Mason to the brink. But we know how this is, bro. This ain't even a hating on Albert Bell thing. This is just the machine. They just want the names, right? Like, to be real, Lamont Roach and Zepeda shouldn't even be fighting for that belt they fighting in, because the WBC already got an interim champ at 135 in Adia Herrera, man. They got him already, the Cuban guy. He ain't got a big promoter, so he ain't gonna get the fight, bro.
For no playing, send me a contra. I know baby, send me a contra. I will kill you, send me a contra. No play with me, send me a contra.
But to be honest, Treese, I think your guy gotta go to 140, bro. I feel like the 35 pounder saw that performance and they definitely ain't jumping in the ring with Albert Bell. Like, ain't nobody itching to jump in the ring with Albert Bell at 135. Even the Schofields, they was champion Albert Bell. They weren't saying they can go in there and beat him. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody's just probably shook right now. I think if Albert Bell went up to 140, I think he'd get more action at 140, especially if the zone thing and PBC becomes true and Albert Bell's with the PBC. Shout out to him, because I did not know that until that night of the fight when the PBC rolled out that little infographic they have on Instagram that said, "Yo, we're riding with Albert Bell." I was like, "Oh shoot, he with the PBC." Okay, so hopefully the PBC can get him some fights at 140. 140, there's a lot of fights over there at the zone, man. Even with not even like the big four, like even with Ernesto Mercado, who's, with Misfits Boxing or something, like MF Pro Boxing. You got the other guys at Salida Promotions that might want to fight him. Like, there's just so many promoters at the zone. Albert Bell, if he really is with the PBC and it just wasn't a shitty deal where they were trying to get him if he won, and they actually did sign him for, 3 fights or something like that, hopefully he can get some fights on the zone, because they got more names in the pot, bro. So it'll be up to the PBC. But I hope that, Albert Bell does get another shot, because He took a leap, obviously. You know, I think pivoting from Andy Cruz to Mason was probably a little easier because you're familiar with this guy. You know, you probably know what you got to work on. Andy Cruz, you didn't share the ring with him, so you really still had to wait till you got in there with him, right? But Abdullah Mason, you shared the ring with him. I know it's sparring. I know they wearing big gloves. They got on headgear, so it's not the same when you're getting hit by them 8s and you got no headgear on. It's just not the same. But yeah, man. I thought Albert Bell put up a good performance. Kind of did everything I thought he was gonna do, right? And he did a great job of countering with that right hand early in the fight. Because, you know, that's how you neutralize a southpaw, man. He was doing that to Abdullah. But Abdullah just down the line, man, he just turned up. And I think Albert Bell said Abdullah broke his nose, bro, so he couldn't really breathe. So, yeah, I just feel like, yeah, Albert Bell did well, but, you know, there was a lot of recipe to disaster going down at the end. And yes, the ref stopped it early. I'll be the first to say that. The ref stopped it way early, but there was so much time left in that round. I think there was like 2 minutes left. I think Bell would have got stopped eventually. Trini BX, he said, and Matias should move up to go to Australia and get a shot at Pyro's belt. Or like a revenge fight, because like they already fought, right? Matias lost to Pyro in Puerto Rico. That'd be dope, man, if he moved up and went out to Australia and even the score against Liam Pyro, man. We would need the rubber match for sure. I don't know where they put it, but that'd be dope, man. That'd be dope. But yo, I appreciate everybody for rocking out, man. We got the likes up, which were great. I'm gonna head on out, man. Brian from the 6th. Probably gonna jump on TBV tomorrow with my man Nestor Gibbs. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Showing love to the stream. So it's good talking to y'all. Yeah, it's kind of like a slow time in boxing right now, man. Like I said, in a couple weeks we'll be rocking and rolling with the big fights. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. But if you didn't hit the like button, make sure you hit it on the way out. Just sub to the channel if you're not subbed, so you can follow when we going live. And yeah, we'll talk soon, man. Peace. You guys know what it is. If I can find the outro, though, I don't even know if it's on here. Damn, that's crazy, yo. That's wild, man. It's not even on here, gang. You have to pull it up, though. Wow. You know what it is, man. Computer sometimes just kicking everything out, man. But yeah, man, make sure y'all like the video. Show some love to the stream, man. We don't hate over here. We just talk about our guys. We support everybody. And yeah, man, support the grind. Peace.